Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back with some MyClub. Of course, at the beginning of this episode, I'm just going to say there's only one match in this episode compared to the last three episodes, which have had two matches, because I decided to do a little bit of a ball opening at the beginning, because of just basically wasting up all the balls all the agents had got from like winning all the matches, which I decided not to actually put any of the results up from whatever I was getting from. So basically, in the first agent thing, we get an absolute dreadful player here. I think we had to get a 60 rated player, Escobar from Chile, which is just weird. So we get him, basically he's not going to do anything. He'll just sit in the club for a little bit of a while before we eventually get rid of him and get 250 GP back, basically wasting my time. So from that, we basically go into the second one. We try and get another player. Of course, you do have an opportunity to get a black and a gold ball in these ones, which is like always ridiculously rare. Every once in a while it does happen, but the player you get usually isn't as good as you expect. In the second one, we get Chavez from Argentina playing for Boca Juniors. And then in this one, we decided to go for, I think it was a midfield ball. And we end up getting a midfielder because, you get an opportunity with you get like a 5% chance getting a black ball. So with an opportunity to get a black ball, I decided to try and get the black ball. Of course you want to try and get the black ball, but I wasn't really too bothered about getting it. I just really wanted to expand my squad and get another midfielder in who could potentially take D'Ambrosio's place on the left hand side, or take Ayala's place on the right hand side. And you end up actually getting Yossi Benayoun, the former Arsenal legend. Well, he's not a former Arsenal legend at all because he hardly played for them, or he's hardly a former Chelsea legend either. He's more like a West Ham legend, if anything. But well, it's actually a 15% chance. But anyway, we went out and tried to get a striker, I think, this time. So trying to get a striker, of course, you never usually get the player you expect, because I wanted to actually get a player to replace Fernando Llorente, because Llorente's been pretty decent for me, but he's not been that good. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't go to anything, go to a black ball in particular, and I actually get a gold ball, and end up getting a Iturbe from Roma, who could basically play the right and left midfield, which is pretty decent. So he actually went straight into the squad, which was quite good, because it allowed D'Ambrosio to move back to right back, which again improves my squad in general, because having a 70, I think Mariano's like 72 rated, and having D'Ambrosio's actually 79 rated at right back helps have a more solid defence. So my right hand side of my defence is quite solid. My left hand side isn't as solid anymore, because Arcuvio, of course, is only 76 rated. But in the match in today's episode, he faced against a guy called Phonius86. I'd assume he's probably, I don't have a clue what nationality or what, I think that's meant to be Greek. So I'm going to assume it's Greek. And we face against a guy who has Ibrahimovic, Ribery, Willian, Totti, Mata, Busquets, Vertonghen, Danilo, Elderson, and Casillas in goal, as well as Santi Cazorla on the bench and all this sort of stuff. So I knew it was going to be a hard opposition, but the game was a lot more difficult than I actually anticipated. So actually, because of course picking a random stadium, you actually get the stadium, which is the Estadio Urbano Caldera. And it was interesting to play at this stadium because of the fact that it's a weird stadium to play it in general, because it just looked weird when I actually looked at it. But in the first 10 minutes of the match, we actually get an opportunity down his left hand side with Yossi Benayoun, who plays a really nice ball through to Fernando Llorente as the game bloody lags. Llorente for on goal, tries to get an opportunity, he actually comes flying back out to Marquisio, who pops him back in the net to give us a 1-0 lead in the first 10 minutes of the match. And then from a really poor kick out, he actually doesn't really do a really good job. Marquisio skins past him with a roulette turn, runs past, Kirchhoff tries to come back, Danilo tries to foul him, he doesn't really come to anything, and Marquisio gets an opportunity, and unfortunately for me, it's actually blocked by his defender, which is a pretty decent defending job, but it was probably quite a poor finish for me, to be honest. Then in the 36th minute of the match, that was really his first opportunity in the first half with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And then in the 42nd minute of the match, Marquisio on the ball plays through Fernando Llorente, and Llorente again isn't going to run away from anyone, but he actually does run away from two people, gets a strike away, and this time actually it hits off the post. Then unfortunately it should have probably went in the back of the net, because it would have given us a 2-0 lead at half time. But still leading 1-0 at half time, pretty decent against a guy who hadn't really had much in terms of attacking. As you can see there, 1 shot, 0 on target from him. But in the 52nd minute of the match, he skins past my whole squad with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and it basically comes to nothing, but it basically allows me to get a counter attack down the right hand side of Iturbe, who basically was quite dreadful in this first match. And he runs past about 4 players, gets a cross in on Llorente this time, hits it in the back of the net to give us a 2-0 lead, which was pretty decent. But then from the kickoff, he gave the ball straight back to me. Marquisio for an opportunity, and really, really poor attack and play for me, and unfortunately for me, it actually he gets an opportunity from this attack, well, from his counter attack. But he gets the ball with Levetz, he gives it into, I think he gives it straight to, what's his name, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a really nice through ball. Ogbonna just does not keep up with him, and Ibrahimovic pops in the back of the net to make it 2-1. And in the 61st minute of the match, I made a really bad foul with Rabiot, who actually played instead of Yaya Toure. And I get a straight red, well, I get a second yellow card. It basically makes it a straight red. And I don't know what the hell was going on there, as you saw, like a ridiculous pass across my defence for Ribery to tap it in the back of the net. And it was the most annoying thing in the world, because he didn't really deserve to be like drawing with me, to be honest. He actually had that many opportunities, as we see here. I nearly get another opportunity in like the last minutes, well, basically from the kickoff opportunity. And then in the 76th minute of the match here, D'Ambrosio, who basically was playing right back, had come all the way along to try and get another opportunity again. And in the last minutes of the match, well, he makes a good, decent block. D'Ambrosio tries to clear it. I try and get out to try and get one more opportunity in the last minutes of the match, but my players are basically dead, as you would expect. He completely takes out Fernando Llorente off the ball. I don't know how that's not even a yellow card from the referee, but from that, I basically was so annoyed with drawing that game, because when you actually look at the stats, he didn't really deserve a draw, to be honest. I mean, I completely destroyed him. As you can see there, 6 shots, 4 on target. He only had 4 shots, 3 on target, 2 of which were goals. Again, I only have 2 goals as well, so I can't really complain. But yeah, so 2 points in Division 8, great. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.